Parents, how many of you have heard these dreaded words? I'm bored. I think we've all been there as kids, as teenagers, as adults. Boredom. My lead mentor, Lynn Sweet, would say that you're not bored, you're having a semiotic breakdown. More on that later. But we live in an age of constant stimulation, distraction, and even entertainment. And there's this constant influx of information. There's this constant flow coming at us from our screens, from our phones, from our tablets, from our computers, from the TV, all around us. Even just when we're walking down the street and there's ads everywhere. There's this constant influx of stimulation and information. And when there's a pause in that flow, children and even adults sometimes immediately jump to I'm bored because it's different. It's a change in the flow of the stream. And with kids, it can actually be some of those cryptic messages like I'm hungry, or I really just want attention or connection with you, or I'm curious about what you're doing, so I'm bored with what I'm doing. I want to see what you're doing. And so it can be anything from this whole list of things that kids want. But if we're able to decipher what they really want, and if they really are bored, if it's not needing connection or food or curiosity about what you're doing, there's actually some really good benefits that come from allowing your kids and even yourself to get bored. So whenever we have this break in this constant influx of information, it allows our brain to relax, and it allows our parasympathetic nervous system to activate. See my previous video on time outdoors and screen time for more information on the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. But boredom can also increase our creativity and our imagination and even our daydreaming. And when we use our imagination, it causes our brains to work in a different way, to make new connections between ideas, and it helps us to think outside of the box, to be more creative. Einstein actually loved to use daydreaming as a means for some of his best ideas and his biggest breakthroughs. Tied to this increase in imagination and creativity, we find new ways to pursue novelty. The thing about the internet and screens and social media is that it feeds our brain's addiction to novelty, because we can always refresh and see something new. We can refresh and see something new. We can switch from this app to that app. We can go from a documentary on Netflix to a movie to a show. We can constantly move and change and get that novelty aspect to feed that need and that craving in our brains. But when we do that, when we shut those down, and when we allow our creativity and our imagination to work in this new way, it allows our brains to seek novelty by using our imagination to see a stick as a sword, if that makes sense. Kind of follow that train of thought. A double bonus is when they do that outside, when they use that imagination outside, when they can go play and climb trees and play out in the yard and use their imagination and build things and create and imagine while they're away from screens. Don't just go outside and be on a screen outside, but be bored and allow your imagination and creativity to blossom even more. When we train our kids' brains and yours to constantly be distracted by a phone or a tablet or a computer or a TV, it inhibits our states of focus and flow, where we get in those deep states of being able to pay attention and focus on something for long periods of time, where you look up and you're like, holy cow, it's been an hour and a half and I've been sitting here reading or writing or drawing or whatever that would be, whatever your niche is. But train your brain and your child's brain to embrace boredom for better times of focus and flow when you need them. But allow this to happen during the day, because here's the downfall with boredom. If it happens at nighttime, research has found that boredom at nighttime actually delays and procrastinates bedtime. So if you're going to be bored, if you're going to allow your kids to be bored, allow them to do it during the day and earlier in the day, in the afternoon. Don't do it at nighttime, even for yourself, because it's going to procrastinate bedtime, which throws off our sleep schedule, which throws off our recovery. So it just becomes this snowball effect of things that happen. So Take that, allow yourself and allow your kids to be bored all the time. Use that creativity and that imagination to do new things. All right, friends, I love you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.